Alright, so we're back inside of Max, and I have opened final LP robot 028, which is the last low poly version we did of the robot. So now I want to open my material editor and select some empty material and give this a name robot mat. So this is going to be the robot material. I quickly want to prepare the textures for this. So first I'm going to change this and I'm going to apply it to the robot. And since we don't have textures, we're going to make some. But first, let's go to Photoshop and let's put all our textures in one file, just in case I won't have them in 4K, probably if I need them in future or so on. So I'm going to copy anything. I'm going to make a new PSD. So I'm going to call this one diffuse. I'm going to copy this one, which is specular. And also copy the final normal map that we have with different variations. Call this one normal. So I'm going to delete the background of this, and I'm going to save this texture, save this PSD as final HD textures. So this way I'm going to have them in case I want to come back to them and so on. And now I want to lower the size of this because this is 4K and I don't need that much. Probably we're going to end up at 1K for this final robot. So I'm going to go in image and do this as 124. Now I'm going to zoom in, so we're going to see it 100%. And now what I want to do is I want to go in each one and make sure I go to sharpen it. So I'm going to hide this one, go to the specular and sharpen this one, and do the same one for the diffuse. I worked with a little bit of more texture detail than I need, but this way I'm gonna do the final texturing at this stage, at this size, so I'm happy with it. And now I want to start to save all those files as targets, and in the textures I'm going to call this robot diffuse. So I'm going to make a new folder where I'm going to put actually the final textures, and I'm going to call it robot small s. For small textures this is smaller size, so I'm gonna open it and put this robot diffuse in there, save it, 24 bits. Do the same thing for the specular and save it to this folder, start again, robot spec, and also do the same thing for normal, which is the one with all the details. Save and call this robot normal. So I'm gonna save those, and I'm gonna come now. I'm gonna hide this. Actually, I'm gonna save this one as the PSD, so you can open it and see how it's done. Anything. It's gonna be actually kind of big, so about 1 GB, but inside of our file it will be smaller, so don't worry about it. And now I'm going to close this one, which was the textures, because we've resized the file and we don't need it anymore. And now I'm going to go inside of Max again and select my piece. I'm going to turn over graphite molding tools because I don't need them. I'm going to open my material editor. And now I'm going to start actually loading textures to this piece. So first of all, I'm going to start with the bump, which is normal. I won't have good presentation how it looks inside of my program, so can load bitmap. And I'm going to open the folders and overwrite. When you open a normal map, when you have the gamma turned on, make sure it always overwrite by 1. Hit it and then flip the green channel. Since it's kind of a Maya oriented, and I'm gonna preview this. So this is how my normal map looks. It's kind of okay. I like it. And now I'm gonna import the other ones, for example the diffuse, which looks kind of okay. And also I'm gonna add a little bit of specular. Probably we're not gonna see much, but I'm gonna try load it. So here is specular, and what I can do actually is I can increase the specularity of this, and I can also turn on realistic. So let's give it a time to load. So this is our robot inside of FreeStudio Max. You can see that the textures are small and so on, but that's for the purposes of what they're going to be used. They're kind of okay. So what I want to do now is actually I want to extend a little bit the head. So I'm gonna actually select this piece and convert to poly one more time and select the entire head and this neck piece. So I'm gonna move them slightly up, and I'm gonna grab this piece and move it down. Or actually, let's move anything than the head. Just detach the head now. Go and select detach. And now I wanna hold shift and drag up and clone to an object. So I want to have this piece, and I'll make sure it's centered to the center of the pivot point of it, and I want to rotate it by 180 degrees, so it's kind of upside down. And now I want to scale this a little bit down and move it a little bit into place, just like this, because I want to make the head a little bit bigger. And also I want to move this piece slightly down, so this way when we make the head bigger, or actually instead of making it bigger, we can move this down just like this. I want to have something like a joint which is going to rotate the head itself, because it will look a little bit better. So I'm kind of a little bit happier with this right now. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can take advantage of what you did and make a few variations of it. So in our next chapter I'm going to show you how we can make a few different robots using the same pieces, and after that we're going to move on to rig one of those robots.